Hey everyone, it's Michelle. How you doing? I hope everybody's doing all right. Oh, all right. So happy Monday, everybody. Happy Monday. I don't know why this computer makes me look all washed out. But anyway, I hope everybody had a great day, giving some people time to get in and join me. Like I said before, I had a great weekend. Yes, indeed. But guess what? This is the week where it's going down, people. It's going down. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. On Thursday in America, we are celebrating Thanksgiving. And thus, this is the official week for the kickoff for the big time holiday season. And I just want to let y'all know that you got to be prepared. You got to get ready. And so we're just going to chat a little bit and then I'm going to let y'all go. But I just wanted to let you know that don't be caught out here unawares because the worst thing that can happen is for you to be mad, ostracized, hungry, and cold on the day when you're supposed to be happy, comfortable, eating, and enjoying yourself. All right. So, yeah, on today's podcast, I talked about three positions that you can take when you're dealing with stuff, uh, dealing with family, friends, relatives, and the pressure to everybody be happy during the holiday season. And I'll put the link to the podcast. But I wanted to get on here real quick and just tell you guys that we have to be aware always of the social traps and all of that kind of stuff. And there's a lot of times that you have to do a lot of coping during this time that you don't usually have to do the rest of the year. There's so many expectations for us, and y'all know this stuff. I'm just kind of coming through here and chatting with you and sharing with you, and hopefully giving you a few little tips, tricks, and things to help you navigate. Now, the first thing I'm gonna say is this: if you are spending time with relatives, family, close friends, that kind of stuff, there are some things that you need to be aware of. Okay. And if you're spending it like you're having a Friendsgiving kind of thing, like that's what I'm doing. I'm having a Friendsgiving thing. So it's a little bit different. But with with that family, good God Almighty. All right. So let me go on and hopefully this will leave you better than it found you. So on today's podcast, I talk about being a thermometer, thermostat, or mattress. And let me just tell you, the mattress is not to be walked on. The mattress is probably the most ready to face the holidays position that you can take. All right, so I'm gonna go through this real quick, and then you can check out the rest of it on my quick podcast for the day. But basically, just like they sound, a thermometer takes the temperature of the room, the thermostat regulates the temperature of the room, and a mattress is able to flip according to the situation and the circumstance between the two. All right. So, uh, especially when you're dealing with family, relatives, and friends. And the way I'm going to break this down is let's consider your family. If you're an adult, that's the family of your making, your significant other, partner, spouse, kids, in laws, that kind of stuff. So that's your family. Then your relatives are going to be those siblings and your parents and that kind of stuff. So just so we can keep this straight. But still, with all of them, there are some pitfalls. There are actually some obstacle courses that you have to learn how to go through. So the first thing, if you are a person who just likes to keep the peace and you want everybody to just get along, you're like most people. But there are some different approaches to keeping the peace and having everybody get along. And because of that, that's why we having this little talk on Monday so you can practice and be ready by the time Thursday comes. And we ain't gonna even talk about Friday with the Black Friday sales. We're not gonna go there. Okay, but anyway. So everybody usually has the same goal. Everybody wants everybody to get along and have fun and spend some time together and, all of that stuff. Meet expectations. But if you go into it not aware of some of your tendencies or some of the positions that you automatically take, that's where you get into trouble. So first thing I'm going to say is this: no matter how old you become, whatever your role was in your originating family, when you go back around them, unconsciously, subconsciously, or even forcefully by external forces, you are pushed back into that role. It doesn't matter. You can be 60, and if you're still the baby of the family, and they are still alive, when you get there, you might find that that is the role that they're going to subjugate you to. Also, with regards to dominance and submission, people don't even realize it, but as soon as you get a lot of people in a room, everybody is jockeying for pecking order. Oh, yes. Pecking order in humans is just as real as pecking order in chickens. And when I don't even like to say chickens, because chickens are just modern day raptors. They're dinosaurs. Okay, we eat dinosaurs. Um, unless you're vegan or vegetarian. But anyway, uh, so you got to be aware of this stuff. And with that dominance thing, it does not matter if you've got a relative that's younger or older than you. It matters on this thing that we're talking about, their positioning of whether they are a thermostat or a thermometer. And sometimes it's just natural, and then sometimes it's a created situation. So if you got somebody that was always picked on as a kid, and they're coming home and they want to show you, I'm grown, I'm in charge. What you're not gonna do is tell me what to do, or push baby in the corner or whatever. Then you might have somebody who is an aggressive thermostat. And likewise, you might have someone who is just tired and they are here out of guilt and they just want to be left alone. And they might be a little mopey, and they just want to be in the corner and be a happy mattress. And you got some thermometer person coming up and like, are you okay? Everything all right? Because they're checking accurately that you are not with the giggles, that you are not on the same frequency as everybody else. And they just want everybody to get along. Or likewise, you got thermostat. Quit moping over in the corner and come join the family. It's time to play cards. Or whatever. So there are some different things that I hope that you become aware of. And I'm not going to be here long with you today. I just wanted to come in real quick, let you know that this is some of the stuff that you need to start practicing. All right, so let's break these down. If you are a thermostat, meaning that you like to regulate things, you have to be aware that you have a good side and a bad side. The good side is that you help people get into the flow. You have this certain leadership ability about you, and you are very assertive in activating your will. And so if your will is everybody's going to have a good time, you might be a thermostat who has planned everything to within an inch of its life so that everybody will have something to do. I mean, it's not that you are being dogmatic about the plans or anything, but you have tried to take away all the possibilities of there being a blow up or somebody not having a good time. And with that, you tend to project. So you are a go-getter. You're on the offensive. You are a person in action. Yes. And you are a great strategist. You see things from the big picture. And thus, that when we have this get together, I want it to look like this and end like this. Okay. And so you have to be careful that you don't impose on somebody else's will. And you have to be all right with them not doing what you want them to do or doing what the host or hostess wants everybody to do. You can't regulate everything all the time. If you find that you went over to your parents' house, your friends, your sisters, whatever's house, and somebody is not doing what they need to do, check yourself before you go and try to force everybody to comply, because that's another thing. When you are a thermostat, you need to be careful whose house you're trying to regulate. And even if you don't think the host or hostess of wherever you're going is doing it well, fall back. You can be a general, but be a general in counsel. Tell them, you know what? I'm here. If you need anything, I got your back. If you need me to handle something, I got you. All right. So just remember, if you're a thermostat, depending on if it's your house, and even if it's your house, don't be doing that to people. Don't make it hard on people to like you and want to come back. All right. So then if you're a thermometer is usually going to be an analytical person, correctly and precisely pinpointing what's happening at any given time because you always know the temperature. You know what's happening. And thus, you are the cool observer. But be careful because in your observations, you might probe a little bit too much. You might go around asking people, "You all right? You having a good time?" And you might be correctly picking up on their energy that they're not having a good time, or that they are ready to go, or that they need to make another stop. But don't always be in someone's face. Use those gifts of observation and those skills of knowing to make sure that just like you know what everybody else is doing, check in with yourself and know what you're doing. Because that's one thing about thermometers. They are really good when it comes to everybody else, but they have no concept and no awareness of themselves. And you might be, I hate to say, you might be annoying folk, you know? And so it's all good though. Just chill out and learn to have a good time as well. Now, I will say this about thermometers. You are really good when there are two or more thermostats having at it in a situation because you are able to assist them in, getting their perspectives right. Now, I'm going to say this. If there is a mattress in the room, everything is handled because a mattress is a float, a hybrid. A mattress is able to be whatever is needed in the time, including chill and minding their own business. You'll know a mattress when all hell could be breaking loose, and if they are eating their plate, they're gonna continue to eat their food. And when they get done, if y'all still acting a fool, they be like, "I'll see you later." They get their bags and they leave. But they're also the diplomatic one. If things go awry and people get off kilter, they're going to usually be able to you take over as a thermostat and re-regulate the room to bring it back into line and to order with whomever the legitimate thermostat is. Or likewise, they can do what I asked you thermostats to do if it ain't your house, it ain't your party. And that is they can say, "Look, whatever you need, I'm here. And I got your back, and we'll make it right, including telling folk to go home." All right. And so we take getting together for granted, but just knowing and understanding simple little things like what's your pecking order in your household? Are you the one who was always aloof and didn't want to have anything to do with the family? Are you the one that was always in the corner, reading a book, playing on your games, on your phone? Are you the one who is the middle child? Are you the black sheep of the family? There are a lot of things that we don't realize we immediately jump back into, whether we want to or not, or whether we expect for folks to think of us differently or not. There are times I can, depending on where I go, and y'all, you see all this gray hair, and I still go somewhere, and people think of me as a little one, a little child. And because I've had to learn this over the years, and wisdom has had to work with me on how to check myself and know what role to play, I know what role to play when I'm there to keep the peace and to keep myself, less stressful. Because let's face it, 9 times out of 10 is already going to be stressful. Now, before I get over here, I just want to talk to y'all about food. Food is another dynamic that is added in on top of the family constellation, the pecking order, the thermostat, thermometer, and mattress. And when you deal with food, you are also dealing with high emotion. People's emotions around food is cuckoo. Just think about it. What if you are a person who is on a certain diet plan for your lifestyle, and you watching somebody just fill their plate with just meat, and you're like, "You're going to get gout. You're going to die of a heart attack. You're going to have hardened arteries and a fatty liver." And you're just watching everything everybody does. Be careful, because it's not just you trying to help that person in your mind. You're bringing your baggage and your emotions around food to the table. Literally, I can't even say the word, and figuratively. Be careful. Watch what happens to you and to others when food is involved. Or maybe you don't care about what somebody eats, but you care about who's something somebody eats. Say, for instance, you brought a sweet potato and somebody else brought a sweet potato, or you brought the dressing or stuffing and somebody else brought the dressing and stuffing. Don't get in a huff or a puff if people are eating somebody else's addition as opposed to yours. Don't go around trying to solicit votes for, don't you want some of that over there? Why you eating that? And y'all, I am telling you what I know, not what I've heard or dreamt up. I have seen it in action. People get in their feelings and they don't even realize how they're behaving. And so that can add to the mix of all this stuff of a cornucopia, because it's the right time to use that word, of a cornucopia of things happening during the holiday season. So when you're trying to cope with stuff during holidays and your social skills, I want you to take a time to assess whether you're going into a situation with people who've known you all your life and what their role for you has been, or whether you are going to have to spend a day, like, say, for instance, you have to spend a day with people you don't even know. That's a lot of what's happening now. And you feel like you have to be on, or you have to perform, or things like that. Be aware of the anxieties and all of the things at work within you so that you can better regulate and become more flexible, like a mattress. And be aware of the traps that can be set, because the worst thing to happen is to get into some kind of verbal or even physical altercation over something that, when you look back on it any other day, would be the stupidest thing. I'll be the first to admit I've gotten into it in an argument over people I don't even know. Yes. It turned into an argument over the Kardashians. I don't even watch them. I know who they are, but I don't watch the show. I don't know anything about that. And I was like, oh, family constellation. Dominance trying to assert itself over people trying to break out of their role in the family constellation. Okay, makes sense. And it doesn't have to be that difficult. If you just make sure that you are aware of your tendency and what you tend to do, and you take care of you, then everybody around you has to change, at least when it comes to you. And so you don't have to go in trying to regulate and all this kind of stuff. You don't have to do all of that. Regulate, take care of yourself. Understand who you are. And if the host asks for your help, or if you're the host, you can behave in a proper way that respects everyone and all of those types of things, and it's just fine. Don't be that person that, say, for instance, you were hosting the dinner and everybody leaves and says, God's my witness, I'll never go back. Don't be that person. Don't be the nervous Nelly trying to make sure everybody is happy and you have a hair trigger temper when everything doesn't go well and somebody happens to ask you the same question for the fifth time from the fifth person. Don't be that person. Make sure that you practice now, you get aware of where you are, what your tendencies are, and these little things that are lurking. So guess what, you guys? I'm going to go, because guess what? Yeah, I gotta go check on some people that are in town to say hey, because I don't want to be trying to rush and do it on Thursday. And so I hope that this is a help to you. I hope that you can use it. Leave me some comments if there's something that else that you want to get in on the conversation. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Comments and thumbs up really help for me to come to you more often, so that I'll get a little help from the algorithm guys and all that kind of stuff. But let me know you're out there. I really would appreciate it. And thank you again. Don't forget to watch the podcast today. I'm going to drop the link in the description, and I'll talk to you later. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and let's get ready to have a good holiday season. Okay. Oh, and if there are other topics that you want me to cover with regards to wisdom, life skills, advice, those types of things during the holiday season, let me know as well. Drop me a comment. I'll see y'all later. Bye.